Hey everybody, it's AK Zermba. Sorry, I just wanted to... Hey everybody, it's AK Zermba. Sorry about that, my volume was a little lower than I thought it was. This is a Cinema 4D tutorial, and I just wanted to see if everything was recording right. This is how to do some simple modeling. So here's your basic tips. Just click this square. If you click and hold down on this square, you can see all of the figures that you have. You got the cube, sphere, cone, cylinder, pyramid, disc, plane, polygon, capsule, oil tank, platonic, torus, relief, figure, landscape, tube, null, selection, and XREF. So I'm going to be doing this episode is just spawning a square in, and you can Control Z to go back a step, or if you hold Control Shift Z, actually that didn't work like it did, or you can just use these back arrows if you'd rather do that. I personally like Control Z better. If you see the bottom of the bar, that was, I'm just talking to a guy that I know. If you look up where my mouse is, you'll see if you click and hold, you can rotate with that one. You can zoom in and out with this one, and you can pan with this one. So if you click the cube and you click this button over here, you can make it editable. And what you can do is, if you click this one, it's the point tool, which should let you click and drag this point however you want it. I personally don't like that one. Or you can do the line tool, which is a little bit easier to use, or you can use this face tool, I think it's called, and that one's this is the one that I would use the most. Anyway, if you don't want to make it editable, just backspace that, like just click and delete it. And I don't even think you need to have, no. If you don't want editable, just keep going. Just keep hitting Control Z till this thing is orange. It has this little picture and it's colored. If it's grayed out, then it is still editable. Next thing we're gonna show you, well, I'm gonna show you is, if you go to here and click text, and if you look down there, you can just type anything, just type some 3 letters. You'll see that it does this. It gives you an outline, but if you render it, it doesn't show up. You can change the font here if it ever loads. Sorry, my computer's, I have a browser running right now. I'm on Twitter, but I wanted to upload this. You can look at all these fonts, and you can click it, and it'll change to that. But as you'll still see, it doesn't render out. So what you need to do is click this little green square up here, and click Extrude Nubis. I don't know how to pronounce it. And then what you want to do is make this a child of the Extrude Nubis, and it'll bring it out. Now you have some simple 3D text. And if you want to color that text, just double click here and double click that, and you can just mess around with the colors. I'll make this a kind of pinkish color. I personally don't like specular lighting, but if you like that, it'll look like this. As you can see, like when I tilt it, it gets darker here and lighter there, but when I tilt it here, it gets super bright and then kind of dark around the edges. But if you take specular lighting off, it all actually, I don't remember, I think specular lighting just adds more of a shadowing lighting effect, but I preferably don't like that. There's tons of stuff, like you can make it transparent, but this little one, you can, the more you click and drag, the more you see it or not, or you can go to a reflection. I usually try and keep it around 50%, so that way you can reflect off in the environment. And the environment, I think, is basically the exact same thing as reflection, except it reflects off objects. You just gotta mess around with everything. A specular color, I don't remember. You just gotta mess around with everything. Glow, just outer strength, inner strength. You can make it super bright, super dim that it's a good one now. You just render it out and it looks really good. And you can do, if you go to this little tool, it has like the little squiggly line, you can see that there's a bunch of shapes, but they all come out 2D. Say I want to use a circle. I would go there and click this, and then I'd go to Extrude Nubis, and there you go. It'll render out. Basically anything from here, if you just put it as a child as the Extrude Nubis, it'll be fine. And like again, you can just add simple coloring, rotate it around, and it'll be okay. I forgot to mention, if you have an object selected, and when you want to rotate or move anything, click the Extrude Nubis one. And if you go here, if you click this tool up here that has like the 4 arrows, you can move the object. You can size the object bigger or smaller. I think if you shift click, it goes down by 0.1. Yep, 0.1. That's a lot. That's really good. And if you click this one, you can just rotate it around. Shift click, I think it goes by 10. I think it goes by 5s, not 10s. That's really good too. Or you can just edit it. But first, you don't click this. You click these little things. Just rotate that. Gives you a really cool indented effect. It's a little tongue twister right there. And if you click this and you shift click, if you hold shift and click on another one, they'll both be selected. So it'll give you that really cool effect. Darker and inner. So yeah, it's just some of the basics of just learning everything. There will probably be some more tutorials coming out soon. This looks like something like you'd see in an origami picture or something. No, not too bad, really fun. And your green axis is, your green axis, if I can click this, oh, that's really weird, why did that do that? I think I clicked the wrong button. There you go. The green axis is up and down, the red axis is back and forth, like left and right, and then the blue one is forwards and backwards. And that goes the same for the green, spin it around horizontally, red one you spin around vertically, and if I can find the blue one, spins it around in a circle. And for the sizing one, the green one is height, the red one is width, but for a circle, it doesn't really work, so let me choose a better example for that height one. Getting Mr. Square, so that why isn't that working? 1 second. Let's just make that editable. If we do this, the best way is to make it editable. You click the green one, it'll make it taller. The red one will make it longer, and the blue one will make it, if I can actually do this, it's a little hard with the blue one, it'll make it farther back. It's just really cool, really awesome. We'll get into the other stuff in the second tutorial, which should be up in maybe a couple hours, maybe a day. So I'll see you guys next time.